Hi, I'm Lee
And I'm Britta.
from COR. And some of you know us from the workshops you've done with us at COR, and others are just seeing us here for the very first time. And whichever camp you are in, you are welcome, and we want to extend an invitation to you to join us for the 8-week Compassion Cultivation Training that's coming up. This is an extraordinary 8 weeks that can change your life, truly. The Compassion Cultivation Training is a training that was developed at Stanford University, and it is a proven way to bring peace into your life, to lower anxiety and stress, and to increase what we love to call emotional resilience. That's our way of coming back when life hands us the struggles that life has a way of handing us in all different directions, and will continue to handle us. How do we greet those with that emotional resilience that lets us participate in life joyfully? And the Compassion Cultivation Training is a powerful way to do this. It's brain scans on this type of work, including the CCT, show that we actually rewire our brain when we dedicate time to cultivating this part of our mind and our being. It actually has a physical effect on the brain that can provide long-term results if we continue to practice it. And this 8 weeks is a powerful and awesome way to jumpstart this process.
Yeah, because what we want to respond to those stresses and to suffering more skillfully, more lovingly, more kind, and that's what this is about. If you're listening to this video, you're probably experiencing some kind of suffering, be it just the suffering of growing older and the pain that brings within the body sometimes. You may be experiencing struggles in your relationships. Maybe you've gone through a breakup. Maybe your kids are leaving home and you're feeling lonely. Maybe there can be so many things that we're going through, heartbreaks, right? Little and big, yeah, transitions. And how do we be with that? Because compassion really has 3 aspects, and one is what we usually think of as a compassion for others, extending compassion to others that are suffering. But it's also about receiving compassion from others when we're suffering or having a hard time, and maybe most importantly, being compassionate with ourselves when we are suffering, self-compassion. We've worked with people for decades now, probably thousands of people now, and that seems to be the sore point, the spot. Like, how can we be kind to ourselves when we're having a hard time, instead of throwing more on top of ourselves, judgments and criticism of ourselves when we're already in pain, or when we're already stressed out, yeah? So wouldn't you love to respond differently to that, right? So that's what this is about.
Yeah, and for those of you who've either heard of or practiced mindfulness, mindfulness, we're big fans of mindfulness. We practice it ourselves and also teach it, and it's mindfulness is our ability to be with the present moment, you might say, a non-judgmental ability to be with the present moment. And you might think of, whether you're familiar with mindfulness or not, is this CCT, Compassion Training, is kind of mindfulness 2.0. So it's not only how do we bring ourselves into the present moment with all the challenges, but how do we meet it with mercy, with joy, with love, with compassion, with
a lean in, a warm lean in.
And generosity.
Giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt that, we're doing our best, and so is everybody else, really. And so I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, there's several parts, so we want to get to the practicalities of this, right?
And
so
I'm going to have compassion with myself right now.
Let's have compassion. The practicalities are, it's 8 weeks, 8 evenings, 2 hours a week, in-person sessions that we will guide you through meditation practices that you will take home and then practice daily. So you're committing for this time to a daily meditation practice, and these are the practices that build on each other week after week, that actually do the rewiring of our mind and create in us this aptitude for compassion. So these are formal practices and informal, and by informal I mean we'll also teach you each week the informal practices that you can bring into your daily life when stress hits, when compassion feels really far away, whether that's at work or in relationship or with yourself, with your health, with your spiritual life, whatever that is. And these build on each other each week, and we will teach you these each week, guide you through them, mentor you through them, and we'll also teach you a bit about the science of what's going on as we continue to cultivate compassion.
right. So I just wanted to just build on what just happened, I forgot what I was going to say, right? And so there's a response that I could have where I'm just beating myself up for that and like, oh, what are you doing? And now you got to make another one and da-da-da. Or I can just be kind and go, you know what, that's human. Haven't all of you at some point forgotten what you were going to say, right? This is part of being a human being. And a lot of what the CCT is about, Compassion Cultivation Training, that's CCT, is about common humanity. Just realizing we're not alone in this. We're not alone in our struggles, and we're also not alone in this amazing ability to change our brain, to change our responses, to make choices, better choices, more skillful choices, more kind choices, to stay present and with an open heart, no matter what happens, even if we forgot what we was going to say.
So we invite you to spend 8 weeks with us that will change your life in a really positive way. So please join us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.